Okay, so we should be back. And my bitrate looks good. I don't know, must have had a blip and just kept down. Yeah, you guys have played League of Legends? No, I did not, unfortunately. Sorry about that, but my stream went down. There wasn't really much at the beginning, so I'm just gonna probably start the stream here, assuming it works. Right, so yeah, it's mostly StarCraft mods, not even the main game. Okay. I haven't played Mad Blade in a long time. Whoa. Jet speed. Jump. Okay, I'm stable. Okay, so, yeah, so everything is, so starts off, there's two stables over here. This is what cross streams look like now. There's a diagonally symmetric, that's a 6 o'clock spawn. The 3 o'clock spawn is over here. Everything in the board is diagonally symmetric. One thing I'm kind of proud of, and I mentioned a lot, is over here. There's a little waterfall. Two little waterfalls. And they're kind of, you know, little physics cubes that fall down. So if we keep going this way, here is the asymmetric spawns. So there's 3 spawns in this map. 6 o'clock and 3 o'clock. Or sorry, 6 o'clock and 3 o'clock are diagonally symmetric. So if you draw a line like this, or like this across the map, everything on one side diagonal is reflected on the other side. So it's completely balanced and even. There is no, like, it's completely symmetric. But on the 1030, so like the, you know, 45 degrees west of north, so northwest, spawn, there's a third spawn which has asymmetric, so it can be played multiple ways, either 6 o'clock versus 3 o'clock, or you know, these two spawns versus the castle, or one of the spawns versus the castle, or free-for-all where all 3 attack each other, but that one will have an easier time. That kind of thing as well. Alright. So, yeah, we made the castle opening here a couple days ago. So the idea is that they have 2 kings, a queen, and 2 rooks, 6 pawns, 4 knights. So what they can do is they kind of plug the front door, and it tends to be pretty close if you do that, but it's possible for the other team to get outside and get a whole bunch of units just by going around the map and just collecting all the units, at which point the other side would have more units than the defenders, so the attackers would have more, so it'd be pretty much guaranteed. But if you know, they go and get the rooks over here, but the so then the castle can, you know, pick off the rooks over there, pick off the bishops or whatever. 1 per turn, so 1 move is 1 move. Did I build this in Minecraft? No, it's Unreal Engine 4. Although we're kind of using a bit of Minecraft for inspiration for the Cathedral, because what we're building right now is a little cathedral to have the bishops in, and that will be the last decoration for cross streams. That would be it, and it would be done. We have a little bit of programming stuff to do, like if we get close to you know, the cathedral, we want the cathedral to disappear so you can, you know, see the bishops inside. And I'll probably do the same thing for the castle and for the turn the music down. Sure. Okay. Yeah, and also I'm planning on having the weather vane free rotate and you know, be driven by an invisible wind force, which would also blow the fountains as well as the waterfalls in whatever direction it points. Nothing really gameplay, but minded by its, you know, aesthetically pleasing. Okay, so that's kind of the idea we have. So right now we're working on a cathedral to fit on these walls here. You'll have technically two openings in the front, just because of this one little block here, and two entrances in the back to escape from. So you can't just, you know, lock it down. It used to be a viable tactic, but we decided it was a bit BS, so we changed it. And at the same time, I'm also going to do the same thing with the stable, so if you get too close to stable, you can actually, like, the roof will disappear so you can see it. How many steps per turn? Just one. It only allows you to do one move per turn. Okay, and that's the thing. So this scale feels big. Yeah. So scale feels big, but it turns out that when we were playing in the game, with the number of units you have, so if you have a lot of space to cover, you can actually compensate by giving less units. So that way the armies move faster. And we found that a typical all free-for-all, all three spawn game of cross streams lasted about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So that's pretty long on that side, but this is also supposed to be the kind of largest map we're going to have in the game. The smaller maps, like, I'll show you actually, because it's been a while since a bunch of people here have seen the game. We have other maps too. One of the more gimmicky maps would be King's Court. And we'll do free-for-all versus AI just because, why not? And again, this can be set up in any way you want. So if you want to have it be 2v2, v2, 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 or, you know... Actually, you know what? Let's change it. So I'm going to give myself 2 spawns, and I'll give everyone else 1, which is even more imbalanced, but it doesn't matter because I'm not going to lose this one anyway, because AI is kind of dumb on this map. Regardless. Will they ever have a king that players can capture for the team? I'm not planning on allowing... I'm not planning on allowing pieces to change spawn number and change team. I could. That's easy. From a gameplay standpoint, I'm not sure if it would really make sense. It's possible that I might at some point, so... This is another map. This one's 11 by 11, and there's 8 spawns. Each spawn has 2 kings. I gave myself 2 spawns just because. The catch of this map and the gimmick of this map is that every 10 full rotation of turns, a ring of the level explodes and kills everything on it. So you have to constantly fight towards center, because eventually you're going to have just this one space back, left, I mean. Once the game is done, will I encourage a modding community? I designed the game to make it as moddable as possible. As for what I actually intend to do, that depends on what the game ends up being. If it ends up being financially viable and, you know, everyone loves it and so on and so forth, then yeah, I could look into making mod tools available for it. I do love the mod community. So it would be very nice if that would be possible. I'm kind of locked in. It's funny because it's the, you know, I'm gonna make a trade, of course, but this is the hardest one so far, even though it's the one I'm most imbalanced for. Just AI, the way AI moved. There we are. And there we go, that's one ring and level gone. So now we're fighting on a 9x9 grid. Oh, it made the trade. Interesting. That's the stock explosions decoration and effect from Unreal Engine 4. It's funny, it's the first time I actually needed to trade apart from when I played against a human player. Well, I didn't need a trade. I could have moved it around and just waited until the AI made something stupid move, but, you know. What I'm trying to say is the AI actually gave me a difficult time this time. So basically the goal is to fight for center and then waste your time until everyone else dies. And if you're not in center, make trades such that you can get in center. The AI learned something. Right. And the only reason why I gave myself 2 spawns is because I want people to realize that the spawning configuration is completely customizable. It all depends on what you want to do. If you have a bunch of friends and you want, in this, let's say this map has 8 spawns. Let's say you want to have 2 friends have a competitive match. You can assign spawn 1 and 3 to player 1 on team 1. 5 and 7 to player 2 on team 2, and then you can have a third player where they have 2 and 4 on team 1 and 6 and 8 on team 2, which would be completely, you know, you'd have someone that'd be playing literally both sides, so they just end up trolling both players. If you want to have that happen, go ahead, right? That's your choice. Alright, see you in Norego. How do you pronounce that? Norego or Norigo or? Thanks for watching. Okay, now we have to, I mean, we're pretty much guaranteed to win because they can't trade, but, we have to keep the red, blue, and pink outside of, like, on the outside. What's the prize pool for international of this? 0. The game is not even released yet. That'd be something kind of nice though if it was picked up by a big company to have it be a actual esport. It'd probably be pretty fun. And of course they're screwed. They're gonna lose. They can't get inside here without trading, and they have nothing to trade. So I just gotta keep moving this forward and back and keep them out from these tiles here. And the next time the level shrinks, they're dead. Should be this move or the move after, I believe. There we are. So we win. And that was this oh, is that level? Okay. So now we're going to go back into cross streams into the level itself. We have a lot of work to do on this if we're going to make it for VR. Oh, one of the ideas as well is to have this work for VR. It doesn't work right now because of performance reasons, because each of these tiles is 2 draw calls. That's a lot of draw calls. What about Sprite? I do drink Sprite. It's not something I actually go out and buy intentionally. I mean, if I see a vending machine and it has it, I might buy one. It's pretty good. But it's not like something I buy, like having a case of or whatever. Yeah. So what we're working on right now is the Cathedral model to go up top here. We're going to have to think of that in Blender. Looking at it like this right now, I kind of wish that I would actually move this out one. So I'd move these apart one, I make this one wider. I make the railing one wider, well, 4 wider, and have just a little bit more coming out of this to make the courtyard seem a little less barren. Actually, maybe even more than that. Maybe even have a couple, like a part of a wall here. With like banners or whatever. But this will be good for now, I think. Yeah, so we're intending to do this for VR. If you don't know what I mean for VR, let's actually quickly pause the music, mute the audio, and look Red Alert remake for VR. So this is kind of what I'm thinking of in terms of like Check It VR, where if you have power-ups, like the power-up cards, you'd have like a tablet or something in one of your hands, and you'd be able to, you know, pick up the pieces and move them like that. And it would basically like you'd be hovering over and you could actually teleport around the map. So that's what I'm kind of hoping for Check It. But in order for you to do that, one of the problems with VR, well, there's 2 problems with VR. VRU1 can't control what the user is looking at because you want to align with their head movements, so you can't really stop them from seeing the entire level unless you keep them, you know, down. And the other problem with VR is you need really high performance, so you can't prevent people from seeing the entire level, and if they see the entire level, it's going to make them motion sick. So you kind of really need to make sure your level is as optimized as possible, so we're probably going to be doing things like, you know, moving multiple, or joining multiple tiles together into the drawn part of it, like the model part of it, combine it all together, so that way you reduce the number of draw calls and things like that. Otherwise, I think that Check It should actually be fairly easy to do in VR, because it's not a very complex art style. The material is pretty quick to render. And of course, I love that waterfall. If I do say so myself. Okay. So here we are. We're going to be looking at what we can do with this cathedral. Thinking of having this be the front entrance. Having it go up. Having kind of rear entrance here, and kind of go to a pointed peak of the roof on top here, and maybe in the back as well. We had some reference for that. Thinking more like this than like that, but you know, it's not really either of them anyway. But yeah. Do I go to any conventions? No. I mean, for Check It, no. I've been to Mozilla Summit as well, but other than that, pretty much no. I went to an anime convention with my girlfriend like 7 years ago. 6 years ago. So yeah, let's open up Blender. And sorry if you're just joining me, I've had a chest cough for a while, so don't mind any noise, like coughs. Here we are. So this is the cathedral part here. Now we need another part on top here to go up. This way. Okay. Needs more Coca-Cola. Yeah, that's not gonna help. Please name the can of Coke. I was going to say a pun, and I thought of another pun, and I thought of another pun. And they were all kind of lame, but yeah. Can do. So yeah, this is actually going to be probably the hardest model to do. So name the can Coke. Another lame pun, Phil. Okay, so we're going to be come on. There we are. The anime article I linked was interesting. You mean the one where Funimation got bought out, or agreed to be bought out? At least it's still pending approval. No, let's do it like that. Sure, why not? Up here, let's do up. Yeah, Sony buying Funimation. Yeah, that's one thing that's kind of interesting. It's one thing I found kind of interesting. So Sony actually owns a bunch of Japanese animation studios, stuff like that. They just bought Funimation, which is a distributor. Well, they agreed to buy it, still pending DOJ approval. And so in this case, Sony Pictures will have Funimation, which allows them to, which is they typically use to like redub and change the audio, English, trying to localize in English, a bunch of Japanese animation. Okay, but Sony does make their own animation, but they don't do it through Sony Pictures. They do it through Sony Music for some reason, because Aniplex, which is their main animation company, used to be owned by Sony Pictures and Sony Music, but Sony Pictures left. So now you have Sony Music making videos and Sony Pictures making audio, which seems kind of odd to me, but yeah. Link some of Sony's prior, yeah. Most American stuff was under Columbia TriStar, yeah. You actually remember some of that. Anyway. So now I need to think of how I want to make this all join together. Maybe I do want to notch it in. Nah. One second. Okay. Oh, there we are. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm going to add another cube. I'm going to add it here. What? An animation playing the entire time. Well, after that misclick there. Yeah. I don't know how this is actually going to work. Favorite emote? Not really. Oops. Funny thing is, actually, I'm looking at through Hex Chat, so I can't actually see the emotes, although I know what not like this looks like. Kinda, you know, one, but yeah, I actually can't really see that. Used to use a used to use another Twitch chat program called Chatty, but it was way too slow and crashy. Or was it crashy, or it was buggy in some way? I can't remember if it was crash or if it was like something else, but ended up just using an IRC client because I already have an IRC client up anyway, so why not, right? So we're trying to think of some way that we could have the door work. If I add door like doors up here, Unreal Engine. So this is pretty much in line here. So the tile level is pretty much at the top of the base. So if I add 2 mirrors on top of that, then it'd be good for a door. I should do 3 mirrors. So a 12-foot high door, which is not really realistic, but meh. And again, the reason why I'm doing this in a separate object as opposed to just extending the base is because I want the base to be visible from the inside, so I want kind of the roof to disappear. Well, you can select the stuff inside here and then, you know, go from there. So it looks like our Connection's going strong. If it does drop again, I'm going to have to probably call it a day. Glad to hear. Oops, that's wrong. Arrow. Glad to hear things have been going good, Daramir. Interesting analogy there, Amir. So basically the piece would go up to around here when it's standing. It'd probably hit the door frame when it moves, but I don't really care about that. Screwed up. Let's do another, let's say 4 meters. So now I need to combine these. It's actually not making it back. There we go. Do I lift? No. I don't even lift. I do not look like I lift. And I know these are exceptionally thick walls for a cathedral, but it was all for gameplay to prevent a knight from being able to jump inside, so I have to kind of deal with that. Am I a memer? Not really, no. You know what? Let's do it here, so. Okay, so let's separate there. Oh, yeah, it works. Okay. Face here, extrude out to there. And then face. Sorry. We'll extend here, and then we'll complete face. We're gonna have to fix the doubles there at some point, but so I'm gonna cut these in. Am I religious? I don't talk about my religion all that much, but I am religious. So I'm gonna have to move these out and this back, make a bit more of a flat front. First, I'm going to remove doubles, which combines these now, so they actually are one one vertex now. Del precision canvas. Yeah, I heard about that. What am I doing? Here. So, what? No. There. Remove edges. Dissolve edges. There we are. Same thing here. We're gonna subdivide this, then subdivide that. Just make sure I didn't screw up in some way. Oh yeah, I wasn't sure if I deleted the bottom one or not. Now this one's gonna be harder a little bit, I guess. So we're gonna dissolve the edge here, dissolve the edge here. Then we're going to, how do I do that? I don't think this is gonna work, but let's try. Oh yeah, it does. Didn't know that would work. Cool. I think the normals are messed up now, though. I don't think I probably have done this before. I've done it before. Yeah. Not sure if I'm a pro, but I don't know why I did that. I don't know. Yeah, it's good. No, that's not right at all. What am I doing? So now we will like that, then grab it like that. And then dissolve that edge. We grab these two vertices here, create an edge there. So now we have a more of a flat front. I should probably do that. I'd probably go to subdivide in to grab these two vertices and grab in like that. No, that's not right at all. There. Because I didn't want this to come up as well. Hey, welcome to the chat. Here. So again, when we're in game, I'm expecting to make all of that disappear when you get close to the cathedral, so you can actually just see the pieces. And I may have to take multiple chances at, or multiple attempts at the cathedral, because this is going to be a pretty difficult model to make, but, you know. Run straight down the mid lane. This is not League of Legends. Actually, maybe we can have it be... Yeah, let's do that. Have this be in. Yeah, I'd have to change that too. Oh, that'd be... Yeah, no, let's not do that. Instead, let's actually move this up. This. Yeah. Actually, no, let's not do that. There is a, you know, a bit of flatness to it, but that's okay. Sir Bolognese sauce? Not really. I think if I extend this up. Let's go a bit higher now, let's go 8 meters. And then slowly, like, build it up like a dome, I guess. Do that, right? There. Can't do that, I guess. I was hoping to cut directly through here, but I wonder if I can do that. Nah, it won't let me. Let's also divide this end and do. Why is it not working? Oh, I didn't remove doubles. Alright, yeah. So I could probably... Okay, so there we are. do you want to join? There we go. Okay. So apparently some of them were slightly off because of, you know, rounding error or whatever. I was wondering why it said remove 6, whoops. Remove 6, it should have been 8, right? Because apparently those two were too far away. The join wasn't correct. Anyway. And then we'll do here, subdivide. Oh, snap. There we are. So I'm gonna try to divide in rings and build up and slowly move in. Who's faster, Superman or Flash? I don't know. I actually don't watch or don't really do much of comics. Answer Sonic. Okay. Seems legit. Gotta go fast. No, that's good. I'm gonna keep that. Okay, cool. Again, this might be a complete failure and I need to restart. But we'll see. Not the entire game, but just this one model. Or maybe it's good enough for, you know, for a demo, so why not, right? Oh, what am I even doing? I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. How much game gonna cost? It's way too early to say. I don't know. The demo I'm gonna be releasing soon, unless a publisher contacts me, which I don't know why they would, but if they did, so the the plan right now is to release the game for free, the demo for free, and then once the demo's out there, I'll gauge, you know, interest, maybe do a Patreon or something like that, and from there, take it offline, work development on it. Hey, Aaron Meyer 23, welcome to the chat. That's a plan, though. It could change at any time. I don't know. Can't wait to play. Awesome. Good to hear. How much does it put the game on Steam? Just $100 per game. There used to be a big voting thing as well, but not anymore. Come on. 100 US. Okay, so the problem I'm having right now is that the outside range is based on 3 meters, whereas these are 1.5 meters, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, it is. And of course, when Steam announced that, we had half the people saying it was too much, half the people saying it was too little. The too much crowd was complaining because of overseas market, because $100 US for American or Canadian is not a lot, but for someone, you know, wherever else, Eastern Europe, not as bad, but it still is a big burden. But then you even have, like, you know, okay, I'm not gonna comment on that. I'm not gonna, you know, say that. So I'm trying to think of how I'd make it step up by one when they're on two different cadences. One's on a 3 meter cadence, one's on a 1.5 meter cadence. Once I have it, just kind of be like that. An overhang? Well, the thing is, I'm trying to do something like Cathedral or something like that, so it's difficult to do that from the, because this was kind of designed out from gameplay reasons. So gameplay says one thing, and then try and make this into a cathedral is kind of difficult. The thick walls are so the horses couldn't jump, knights couldn't jump in. They have to kind of go in through, you know, the front door, the back door. Oh, it's right at the corner for 10, jeez. Oh, right, because we had to do that restart because of the internet crash. Or internet drop. Unless... Oh, that could be interesting. What I could do instead is have this be a 3 meter thick wall, which is pretty thick still, but it's one tile, so that makes sense. And have decorations on this flat part here, like pillars and stuff like that. which would then mean that this would go here. Oh, okay. So we're gonna just kind of hide everything we did today. I'll try again. It's still here though, but you know. That could work. The reason why I'm not deleting is because we may think that's or we eventually think that's a stupid idea. And decide to do something else entirely. Do I believe in magic? In a young youth. No, no. Mirror Magic the Gathering. Yeah, I believe that the game Magic the Gathering exists. Define magic. I don't know if I can. Oh, geez, actually made it too. No, probably good. Now, if you mean like Penn and Teller magic, I do believe that exists. But that's not. Yeah, that's clearly exists. I mean, it's just illusions. Oh, I'm an idiot. Can't do that yet. Apart from LARPing, okay. Do 4 meters again, sure, why not? I shouldn't have done anything then, but yeah. I just want to make sure that the audio was still playing. I've been known to accidentally, turn off the audio to show something on stream and then forget to turn it back on again. The magic of love, yeah. What am I doing? It's already looking a little bit less unruly than the previous one, so that's probably a good sign. Whoa, that's not what I'm gonna do at all. Yeah. Take these and move them up. Looking a little bit better. Cool. Give it an S for style, code S. There, and then go up 4 meters. This will be the same height as all those. And then up another 4 meters. So there. Have to be careful again. Doubles. 16's, you know, power multiple of 4, so that's probably a good sign. That's not missing any. Then cut it in half and slowly move it up. I know it could be made fun of, but I'm gonna be when the roof's on, it'll be better. If not, I'll fix it. But yeah. Oh, it actually worked. Wow. What am I doing? There we are. You and you. I wasn't sure if it would work or if it would just go and mess up, but looks like it did. Fine. There. Subdivide has a nasty tendency to not understand what I'm talking about. I know it's my fault, but still. Oh, bit rate still going strong. I guess the internet blip was just a one-time thing, hopefully. Okay. Subdivide here, grab these two together, do that. Then subdivide this, let's do twice. Which I probably should have not done it twice. And now, because that would be dead center, right? Now I got this to work with. And I can just grab this and do dissolver, see. If there I can slowly work in. I should have been more careful checking my notifications on the stream in case there's an NDA something or other. No, not having actually anything to NDA right now. What? No. Cool. Now I see a problem is when I extend this up, it's going to want to collide with that. You know what, let's just not deal with the entire front part here just yet. We're going to deal with it, but Oops. That's why one of those times where I say that subdivide doesn't always do what I want. That makes sense, end gone, but you know. That can actually work even better. So anyway, yeah, you. Nope, you. There we are. Cool. Try extrude inward. That'll be a pain in the butt. Unless I just extend it up and move it in. Like do it all individually. That won't work. Oh, I missed them anyway. What have I been doing? There we are. I'll need that. Okay. I gotta be a tool for this. So blender, extrude inward. Well, yeah, there's that. But that's not gonna help in my situation. I'll extrude along normal. Without making any messed up faces. Zero and then global or medium point and then go to scale tool. I just need to make sure it's all this right size. Which it clearly isn't, but I mean, I can make it all the right size now. And from there, I can extrude up and pull in, extrude up, pull in. There. I was like, oh no, grab the wrong spots, and I'm like, I can just fix this. There we are. Probably should have done an edge by edge base instead of a face by face base in case the scale tool messed up. Yeah, I should actually do that. So that one was good, okay. No, no, not you. You. There we are. Okay, that's right. Now I could fix the ones in case they're broken, or I cannot. I'm not. Probably only gonna do one more of this. This is working a lot better than our previous one. There we are. Zero. Use a scale tool. There we are. Okay. No. I didn't scale didn't fix the vertical, and that could be messed up. That is messed up. Oh well. I know that's right. Just gotta do it. Because it needs to be axis aligned for the voxel effect to work, otherwise it'll be all messed up. Although you have to be inside and looking up to notice, but you know. I was doing a 2D scale for some reason. Yeah, I know you didn't do it, Mir. That was all me. Hard to see us in perspective anyway, but then again, I guess I can't do orthographic because in that case, I'll be looking from the outside. So that's all been fixed. Good. So now you're gonna be 11.5. Right? 11.25, sorry. Wait, what? Yeah, okay, so it's offset. Yeah, okay, good. So I just gotta fix one, then move the next one to the same height as the previous one. Using the snap command. and go around there in a ring, because that's how it works. Oh, I haven't done that yet. Okay, that's right. Why isn't it there? Because I have to do 2 rings of this. One for the inside, one for the outside. Oops, that was way too zoomed out. Cool, okay. Now I need to grab this, the inside, and bring it down to that level. So anyone just joining us, I'll show you what the game actually is. We're just adding decorations to existing map. Anyway, so the actual game is, yeah, thank you, this guy here. So the idea, oh, let's go to cross streams. So it's like chessbone design levels, and actually I don't know why I did that. Where? Oh, free for all, that's right. So the game idea, well, the game itself is, and the UI is going to change. Basically on chess with design levels, and everything moves in range of the king. So over here you have 2 knights that are in a stable, going across the bridge, it's a fountain, and you have the cathedral with 2 bishops. And the idea is that you can move around the level, pick up the units that are there. And there's another spawn over here. So you're cross spawns. So this is 3 o'clock, the other one's 6 o'clock. For a good balanced game, these are perfectly symmetric. It would be spawn 1 versus spawn 2. And, you know, symmetric like this. And then, for example, spawn 1 also has more units over here, which has to pass by spawn 2 to get at. You know, 2 pawns, 2 rooks, so 1 rook over there and a rook over here. And then there's a 3rd spawn. Oh, thanks. There's a 3rd spawn as well. Inside the castle, which is asymmetric. So you have 2 symmetric spawns against, potentially against another symmetric spawn, an asymmetric spawn, I mean. So it could be 2-on-1 or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, I typically do Sunday through Tuesday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, around 9 p.m. Eastern, more like 9:15, 9:30 Eastern, until around 11 o'clock Eastern. So we're, you know, got a little bit more time left. And yeah, the idea is that it's like a plate that kind of descends from the ceiling in kind of a virtual space. So yeah, waterfalls. Yay! Can you tell I'm proud of these? It's not like the 4th or 5th time I mentioned it this stream. So right now we're working on is trying to make a cathedral that would fit this aesthetic here. We took 2 attempts today. And it's also weather vane, direction it points. I'm hoping to eventually, well, I'm intending to eventually make it add a force to the water effects, which is actually not that hard at all. Like, I can just, it probably would only be like a 40-minute task. The problem, of course, is to get the direction in something on the level that makes sense, that I can access from all actors, so get a bit annoying, but you know. So yeah, everything goes by king range, so if you want to, you know, access the knight, you'll note that the queen can move anywhere up to around this point here, and you cannot select the knights because they're out of range. So in order for you to do that, you have to grab the king, move him up. Then the AI pieces will move. And make another move here, and as you slowly move up, you're actually getting closer and closer to the knights. So the next one should have the, yeah, we'll have this knight in range, but not the other one. And I intend when you go in the stable to have the roof come off so you can see it. So you can move the knight here, 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 but you can't select this one because it's still out of range. A valid move is a move from a valid tile to a valid tile, and doesn't consider any tiles in between. So let's say you have 2 kings, and there's a gap between them. You can actually jump it with a knight, but the queen can't because there's no way it can get through the gap, unless it just happens to, you know, align through a diagonal and there just work out. In which case it wouldn't actually be a gap, but you get the idea. So then you move your knights in if you want to. If not, you can just, you know, charge with the king and queen in, but then you'll have an army of 2 instead of an army of 4, right? But if you want to go and get the bishops before they get, then that's fine, but then you're kind of casting away a knight, because then trying to get the bishops back across the bridge to get your knights would be a nightmare. Nightmare. Anyway, yeah, and that's all the logistics of it. There is no fog of war. I might add it as a excuse me. I might add it eventually, but I think, like chess, it makes more sense to not have fog of war. Nightmare, haha. To not have a fog of war, just so you can, you know, because it's not about keeping information from the enemy. It's about using the information you have, or it's about getting the best tactical, you know, positioning, and choosing the options that make the most sense, right? So. Depends. I mean, I'm not gonna be, you know, la 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 la. If, you know, if people want fog of war, I can, you know, not for the initial release, but probably eventually, you know, add it. But I don't think it would be used. I think it would be a bad idea, and I actually fear that, not fear, I'm concerned that people would turn it on and be like, oh, this sucks, and they think the game sucks. Here's an optional feature. I turn it on. Oh, it sucks, so therefore the game must not be good. Well, not the intended way of playing it. And you can kind of see how it works. So as you slowly move forward, excuse me, as you slowly move forward, you can then, you know, get the pieces you want or kill the pieces that the enemy didn't get yet. And then when you're done, it's time for confrontation. There will also be other game modes as well. I intend to add capture flag and siege. Again, depending on development budget, if no one cares, then no. I also hope to have this in VR as well. I showed a little Red Alert 2 VR demo YouTube video. But the idea would be that you'd be kind of hovering and you'd be able to pick up the pieces and move, and if you have a power up, you can, you know, select it on the other hand or whatever. I think that'd be fun for VR. I have to do some optimization for this map specifically because holy crap, draw counts, but draw call count. But that's a small thing, right? So yeah, there's that. So the idea is we're doing everything on stream. We're intending to release this for free as an itch.io or something to gauge interest. Add a Patreon or something so people can donate to it. You have Vulkan on your server. Nice. Well, yeah, I think at the 640, I think it was, you're looking at the GT 640 or whatever it was. Then it would have Vulkan capabilities, yeah. I believe. It's not Fermi. I believe it's Kepler. So it'd be Vulkan supporting. It's possible also that Vulkan can support be supported on Fermi as well. Technically, it can. They mentioned that when it first came out. Oh, the GT 730. Okay. It theoretically can, but NVIDIA just never made a driver for it, and it wasn't looking like they're going to. But then they made a DirectX 12 driver just like a couple weeks ago. So if they made a DirectX 12 driver, they could do a Vulkan driver. Will they? I don't know, right? And I'm not exactly sure why they did it for Fermi to begin with. Whether there was an upcoming, you know, I don't know, Microsoft requires DirectX 12 or something, or, you know, or they found out that, like, the web browser is gonna, like, maybe Microsoft Edge is gonna go DirectX 12 or something. Clearly there's a reason for it. NVIDIA isn't saying. I assume Microsoft's involved, so that probably makes sense why they wouldn't say anything. Regardless, you know. Weird. Can't be right. Oh, that's right, okay. Oh, okay, so 2.75. Okay, so that's good. Ah, cool. So now what we're doing is we're trying to make the cathedral. Specifically the roof right now. That didn't work as intended. This could have all been avoided if I was not dumb and I just used, you know. And I just used, what? No, you, there. Use a 2D scale tool. What? No. Come on, you. Come on. Now these are flat. I actually need to move this such that it's 1.5 meters instead of that. That's already past time, so we're going to do that another day, and then we'll move up, and then we'll probably just flatten inside. Oh, let's see, flatten inside. So next time we're probably going to move all of these so that way they're exactly 1.5 meters in. We're going to extrude up, and from there we're just going to make it flat. So we won't actually do that little up, over anymore. We'll just like delete the inside faces and do, you know, vertex, 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 F key. Vertex, 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 F key. Let's create a face for it. Anyway, so this is kind of what the cathedral's looking like right now, and then I can grab this face here and extrude it up 8 meters here. Again, a little decoration on top there, and that will be our cathedral. Maybe I'll even cut here and move it up. Needs gargoyles. Not for initial release. Yeah. I know my limits. I want to get this thing out the door as soon as possible. So, yeah, that is what we're working on right now. Or what we were working on. So we want to get this, you know, built up. And when you get close to it, the top will disappear, and all you see is this. So you can actually play, you know, with the knights, with the bishops and so forth, without actually, you know, while seeing what you're doing, with having to move the camera in weird places to kind of get a good view, like here, move here, as opposed to being blocked off like this. I'm going to do the same thing over here as well. So if you move, like, let's say in this range here, these will disappear, and all you see is this stuff here. So yeah, that is how it's going to be. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.